How's it going, everybody? This is Taba Drabo. Hope you're having a great day, and welcome back to another video. The sandwich is one of the most enjoyable meals that you can potentially have. You can have it really as a quick breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and maybe even sometimes a dessert. But there are only very few sandwiches in this world that I personally really enjoy, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video today. I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 favorite sandwiches of all time. Now, for this video, this is going to be basically all kinds of sandwiches that I have actually eaten. That's basically the criteria for this video, and it really doesn't matter. It can be like a regular sandwich, it could be like a special kind of sandwich, or maybe even like a gyro or something like that, maybe even a sub, something like that. Any kind of sandwich that I've eaten before, I really enjoy. Of course, as we all know, sandwiches are very popular in this world, but these are the ones that I have personally enjoyed the most. My number 5 favorite sandwich, and this is a little unconventional, it is the gyro. Now, this is actually more of a Middle Eastern kind of sandwich, and really something that is very popular in my religion. But still, the gyro is something that, even though I don't usually eat very often, it is something that I mostly enjoy whenever I do get it. Most of the time, the gyro is usually mostly either beef or chicken, but sometimes there have been times where you can make it as a combo, and even, maybe even putting some falafel on it. And usually most of the other time, you'll have some tomato dices in there and some lettuce, and maybe even some white sauce in there as well. That's usually the kind of gyro that you would have whenever you are having one from Middle Eastern style cuisine. But of course, I have seen some other creative ways to make a gyro before as well. Even the traditional sandwiches as well. Usually whenever you have it on a pita bread, you can put like anything you want in it, and as long as you roll it up something like that in the pita bread, that's perfect enough to make it constitute as a gyro. And it really doesn't matter what you put in there, as long as it at least gives that proper flavor that you really enjoy. Now, I've only had a gyro once within the last year, and that was at the Halal Guys, in which I did that challenge back in March. However, I have had a couple of gyros back then at the Union 22 diner as well. However, whenever I do get it, I still thoroughly enjoy it, because the gyro, as I said before, is popular in my religion, especially in the Middle East, and it's probably one of the most traditional sandwiches that you would usually get in that kind of religion. So yeah, it's a rather unconventional pick, but still, the gyro is very popular, and it's seen in other restaurants as well. And hey, whenever you get a chance, you really need to try a Middle Eastern style gyro like the one I just explained, because even though it's a little unconventional, it is still pretty good. My number 4 favorite sandwich is the turkey and cheese sandwich. Now, obviously, most of the time, I have usually had it just as a regular, just a couple of slices of turkey and cheese, and then with bread on it, and then that's it. But hey, I have had more creative ways to try a turkey and cheese sandwich before. Back when I was in college, there were a few days back then in which I would usually turn it into like triple deckers. Like sometimes I would have a little lettuce on there, maybe even a couple pickles there in between, and then also a little bit of mayonnaise as well. And usually it would have like at least 3 slices of bread instead of the usual 2. I used to have that quite a bit. I stopped after a while because, obviously it's pretty big, and obviously having that every single day, it packs a little bit of a punch. And I'm not as much as a fan now of turkey and cheese than I was in the past, but still, usually whenever I don't really have much in my fridge, sometimes if I don't really want to go from the PB&J for a little while, I would probably just go for some turkey and cheese, and just make some of those sandwiches as well, because, obviously it's very easy to make, and you really don't need to spend much time on it. And again, there are other creative ways to make turkey and cheese sandwiches as well. You can even put some other meats in there as well, like some roast beef and salami and all of that stuff, and maybe even put a little bit of vegetables in there as well. Heck, there are so many creative ways to make a sandwich with turkey and cheese, and I've seen it all over the internet and in restaurants as well. Still, it is a very traditional sandwich, and turkey and cheese sandwiches are usually very popular during lunch when you're in school. But hey, either way, everybody's had it once before, and unless you are lactose intolerant, I'm pretty sure it is something that everybody like me has personally enjoyed every once in a while. My number 3 favorite sandwich, and this is something that has only risen very recently, and that is the fat sandwich. Now, obviously, there is a restaurant in Newark called Are You Hungry? I did attempt that challenge there last year. That obviously did not end well, but recently, I've become a huge fan of their fat sandwiches. Yeah, they're pretty big in size, obviously, but still, there are so many kinds of fat sandwiches that you can possibly have, Literally, you can have like a whole bunch of meats in there, maybe you can go veggie style, or maybe like a whole bunch of different creations for a fat sandwich. In fact, one of my favorite fat sandwiches that I've had there lately is the Fat Filipino. Of course, I've also had the Fat Cat, the chicken fat cat, and a whole bunch of other fat sandwiches there. And even though they are high in calories, I have really come to enjoy them. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there are a few other restaurants that may have a fat sandwich of some kind. I might need to try one of those maybe a little bit in the near future, but still, you know, for recent reasons, I really feel like that as of lately, the fat sandwich has really taken over as one of my favorite sandwiches. I can't help myself. I mean, really, you can put anything in it. You know, a whole bunch of burgers, chicken, even, you know, turkey bacon, and a whole bunch of other meats. French fries is usually very common as well, and then a whole bunch of veggies sometimes. Heck, you can mix your fat sandwich any way you want. And as long as you have a big stomach that can stuff all of that, it will taste very, very good, no matter the amount of calories in it. Obviously, you still got to burn it off, and I do go out and walk whenever I come home, so that way I can burn all of those calories off. But still, fat sandwiches, man, I've really come to love them lately, and I'm so glad to have them in my life. My number 2 favorite kind of sandwich is the Philly cheesesteak. Now, obviously, this is a kind of sandwich that is mostly very popular in Philadelphia because it's probably the place where it originated in. But still, the Philly cheesesteak, even though I don't have it as much now as I have before then, is still a very cool sandwich. And it's also cool as a sub as well. I mean, the basis of this is obviously you can have all of your beef in there and maybe even a little bit of a steak as well. And then you can put in a whole lot of melted cheese on there as well. And it really doesn't matter which kind, you know. You can have the American style, the cheddar, the mozzarella, provolone, and all that stuff. And then you put in all of your peppers in there, and it makes for one very cool cheesesteak. Now, obviously, there is a bit of a war in New Jersey and in Philadelphia in regards to, you know, the Philly cheesesteak versus the Taylor ham pork rolls, obviously. Obviously, I'm Muslim. I don't eat pork rolls, so obviously, even if I did try it, I would still probably prefer the Philly cheesesteak over the pork roll because let's face it, you know, cheesesteaks, they are very, very good. And of course, I've also seen chicken cheesesteaks as well, you know, those are very popular. I've never actually tried a chicken cheesesteak before. I really like to try one of those at some point and see how that tastes. I think it's probably still the same way, you know, you just put a whole lot of melted cheese and also a whole lot of peppers in there as well. And really, it will probably still taste very good like the Philly cheesesteak, but still, nothing tops a Philly cheesesteak in Philadelphia or anywhere in this world. Philadelphia has a lot of cool things in its history. The cheesesteak is definitely one of those. Being the place that originated the cheesesteak, hey, I'm very thankful for that city because it is one of my favorite sandwiches. But it's not number 1 though, because the next one is. My number 1 overall favorite sandwich of all time is pretty much the traditional. Everybody loves it. The peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You really can't go wrong with it. It is probably the most traditional sandwich that you can get anywhere in this whole entire world. I mean, it's basically as simple as a sandwich that you can possibly make. Peanut butter and then a little bit of jam, no matter if it's grape jelly or any other kind of jelly spread, and then just smash it in between 2 slices of bread, and voila, it's just that simple. In fact, in regards to sandwiches that I make at home, this is the one that I make the most common because literally peanut butter and jelly, it goes down very, very easily. I mean, you cannot get a better combination of 2 spreads than peanut butter and jelly. It's just that good. And it's probably the most common style of sandwich that kids usually take with them whenever they go out to school for lunch because literally it is a popular snack for kids during the middle school and high school days. You can't go wrong. I mean, trust me, I don't know how many people my age still eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but I know I am definitely one of them. And it is a very traditional sandwich because, you know, it is also very popular and also because, you know, it's just so easy to eat and also very simple to enjoy. And I'm sure with all those crusted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that you usually see, you know, like all the Smuckers and all that stuff, still, they taste very good as well. Any kind of peanut butter and jelly sandwich, heck, even a triple-decker peanut butter and jelly sandwich, if you want to try it, it still tastes very, very good. Obviously, downing 8 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in one turn like I did earlier this year is probably not a good idea, but still, you know, if you are a fan of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I'm on your boat as well because it is my overall favorite sandwich. It is just so good, and trust me, for as long as I'm still here, it's probably the kind of sandwich that I'll still have the most. Folks, there are so many kinds of sandwiches in this world, and I'm sure that there are a lot of very creative ones as well. But hey, from the PB&Js and turkey and cheeses to the cheesesteaks, as well as all the fat sandwiches and gyros, these are just my favorite sandwiches because, you know, these are the ones that really make my day when it comes to lunch. And trust me, I wouldn't be able to have a good day without them. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. I would like to hear from you. What is your favorite kind of sandwich? Is it one of those that I just mentioned here in this list today, or is it a different one? Maybe even a unique one? I'd like to hear from you, so feel free to let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be more than interested in hearing your opinions about it. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. Comment below for future suggestions for all my videos, whether it's blogs, projects, or challenges, you name it, leave it in the comments below and I'll do my best to make them. As always, follow me on my social media, all the links are in the description below. That's going to do it for this midweek upload. I hope you're having another great day, and as always, I hope to see you all again in another video very soon. So long, everybody.